But let's move on right now to number 4, the 5-second rule when it comes to eating food that falls to the ground. Well, Dr. Sears set out on a mission to put it to the 5-second test.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, pick it up.
Let's go, Dr. Sears.
Can you really eat food that's fallen on the floor if it's been less than 5 seconds? I've heard it's a rule, but I wanted to find out for sure. So I've enlisted the help of a special assistant. Meet Jesse. At 4 years old, he's already a bona fide food-slinging professional. Like most kids, he gets as much food on the floor as he does in his mouth. We're testing 2 kinds of food, apple slices and cheese puffs, on 3 kinds of surfaces.
Great.
In grass and tile floors and cement. At 2 seconds and again at 6 seconds, carefully swabbing each specimen. Each one will be tested in a lab to finally find out if there's any truth to the 5-second rule.
Bro.
Certified food slinger. I love that.
Yeah, Jesse was awesome.
Oh,
So
He was
great.
so fun. He's 4 years old. He's a good guy. So, you guys want to know?
yeah.
Yeah?
The results, well, the best result, the one that grew the least bacteria, was the cheese puff on the cement. All right, ProLabs Incorporated actually did all these tests for us, and it grew very little bacteria. Do you have that one? That
So
Petri
this
dish
is
there?
a Petri dish. This was the cheese puff on cement.
And
not-
there's something on there, right?
Yeah.
There's some
Yeah,
very
just a
little growth.
very
You just
small
look
amount.
right here.
And that makes
but
sense
not
because
too bad.
because cement is dry and bacteria needs moisture to survive. So there's not a lot of bacteria hanging out on cement. Plus the cheese puff is dry also, so it doesn't have that stickiness that requires bacteria to attach to it. So that's pretty good. But now the one that grew the most bacteria was the, what do you think it is? The apple slice
Yeah.
on grass.
Ooh,
And
that
makes
is just nasty.
Yeah.
I don't need a Petri dish to
No.
know that's
Right,
nasty.
right. That's pretty gross.
Yeah.
And that you get the wet to wet combination, so it acts like a magnet. You know, anything that's in the grass is going to stick to the apple slice.
And your pet
Now-
may have been in that grass
right,
too.
the pets or
But you're not as worried about. Yeah, there's a
some
little
dirt.
bit of dirt and stuff, but it's the bacteria that's
Can't
on
see.
that,
Why don't you
right?
grab that Petri dish?
So it doesn't take a microbiologist to know that that's not as good as the one I showed you
No.
before.
Tons of stuff growing on that. Now it's important to know that all 12 samples actually grew something. All right, so if it falls on the floor, it's going to pick up some dirt. There was Staphylococcus species, Bacillus species, Corynebacterium species, and those are bacteria that, may not hurt you that much if you get it into you, but suppose we did this in the kitchen or in a hospital, that's where you want to follow the 0-second rule.
Forget a bathroom.
Right, yeah.
So everyone is still going to ask, okay, 5-second rule, hurry up, pick it up. Are you saying that in general you use the 0-second rule?
Well, yeah, you got to know. If it touches the ground, it's going to get germs on it, regardless.
So
And-
what's-
It's 5 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second.
So I think what you're saying, Dr. Sears, there is a solution. Just take another slice of apple.
Yeah.
And you know what? We didn't do this in this particular show, but one that I've started paying more attention to is, how sometimes you'll be working around the sink and maybe an apple slice will drop into the sink?
Oh, yeah.
If you guys think your sink is clean, think again.
No.
So when you drop these things on these surfaces, if you're worried about it, it's probably worth sacrificing the little apple slice.
So sacrifice the food and not yourself.
That's so true.